Joining us tonight on NC Continental Prime to discuss Tanzania at 60 is Dr. Hamisi Kigwangalla, is a member of Parliament for Nzega Rural Constituency. Thank you very much for taking time out to join us tonight, Dr. Kigwangalla.
Thank you, Mr. Fulami. I'm glad that you had the opportunity to invite me to say a few things with regards to Tanzania at 60.
It's a pleasure to have you on. And my name is Benga. Yes. So 300 Tanzanians climbed Mount Kilimanjaro to commemorate today's Independence Day. What is the significance of this, and what do you make of it?
Actually, climbing Mount Kilimanjaro and climaxing to the peak on the 9th of December is very symbolic to Tanzanians, since on this very day, 60 years ago, there was a soldier who took the national flag and as well as the torch of hope to the top of the highest mountain in Africa, that is the Kilimanjaro. And there, the message was to enlighten everywhere in Africa where there is darkness, to bring hope where there is no hope. And the message was echoed all over the country. So today, the 300 delegation of mountain climbers climaxing to the peak of the highest point in Africa is very symbolic to many Tanzanians and as well to many Africans who are aware of the existence of that symbolic historic moment when we became independent 60 years ago.
Now, Dr. Kigwangalla, today we saw images of a colorful military parade. There were widespread celebrations celebrating Tanzania's 60th independence anniversary in spite of the COVID-19 pandemic. How would you describe the mood of ordinary Tanzanians as they celebrate 60 years today?
There is a lot of hype since we remain united as a country. We remain in great solidarity with each other within the country. We love one another, we care for each other, and we are developed somehow very significantly compared to what we were 60 years ago. So the day comes at a time when our country lost one of its great sons, President John Magufuli, and again made history by enshrining to the throne, to the seat of the head of state, the first female president in our country. So it's very symbolic again that we look backwards. We've had 6 presidents. Now the lady who is now sitting at the presidency, Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan, actually is the 6th president of our country. And looking backwards, we see a lot of hurdles that we managed to traverse. And it gives us a lot of hope as to the 60 years ahead of us, that we will achieve even greater things going forward.
Now, Dr. Kigwangalla, I'm glad you mentioned the presidency of Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan. She happens to be Tanzania's first female president. She took over following the death of the late President John Pombe Magufuli. I know it's early days, but how would you describe her presidency so far?
She took a country at a time when there is an economic turmoil following the COVID-19 pandemic, and unfortunately at a time when we lost a sitting president. So there were tough times in the beginning, But at the moment, I can see there is a lot of hope amongst Tanzanians since when we passed our first budget in this sixth phase president by Her Excellency Samia Suluhu Hassan. The budget brought up a lot of hope for the country. She came in with a policy whereby she's actually distributing a lot of funds to the districts. She's distributing power to the districts, whereby we're having a lot of projects in each and every constituency in the country. So projects like social development projects like building of roads from the rural areas to the tarmac roads, so that the network of rural roads is also improved compared to what it was before. We are also building a lot of health centers and dispensaries. And again, we've renewed very, very well the international cooperation with other countries in the neighborhood, and as well our bilateral friends from different parts of the world. So we are seeing a lot of support that we received from countries the likes of the United States of America, which gave us the COVID-19 vaccines, and all these other countries like China, they're bringing in a lot of support. We've received a huge support from the World Bank and other financial institutions in the world. So we are seeing a lot of cooperation that somehow had gone down over the past few years, now coming back since the new president came into power. So we are seeing a lot of hope, actually, so especially for a member of parliament like myself.
Quite a lot of achievements that you've rolled out in less than a year. Now, finally, Dr. Kigwangalla, just before I let you go, looking back and reflecting at Tanzania at 60, looking at the milestones that successive governments made since independence, would you think the founding fathers, especially Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, will be proud of what Tanzania has achieved today when compared to other East African independent nations?
Oh, certainly. There is a lot of success that we have enjoyed over the past few years in all areas of social fabric of our people. In the area of health, we've made great strides, because 60 years ago, for instance, life expectancy was only 40 years. But today, life expectancy in Tanzania for male is about 65%, and for females about 65%, and for males about 64%. So you look into the economy, we've actually graduated from the least developing countries, and now we are in the middle income countries, the lower side. And you see in areas of economic growth, we've made great strides in that area as well, since we've been growing at a rate of 7% for more than 10 years. It's only following the COVID-19 that our growth rate in terms of economy has somehow declined. So you see a lot of success stories. We used to have only a few secondary schools, but now we have a secondary school in each and every ward in the country. So we've made great strides, I can say, and I'm sure Mwalimu Nyerere, if he comes back today and he sees what the country he founded has reached, he would really be proud.
On that note, I would like to say a very big thank you to you, Dr. Kigwangalla. It's an absolute pleasure talking to you, and happy Independence Day to you and your fellow Tanzanians.
Thank you so much for inviting me.
You're welcome.